The Raymond J. Bork Arena here at Endicott College, host site for Game 2 of the Isabel Cup playoffs between the Boston Pride and the New York Riveters. Alongside Jeff Poster, I'm Mark Bates. Jeff, last night the Boston Pride won 6-0. What does New York do to get back in the series?
Well, you can't give up 6 goals, first of all. I mean, hockey games, you don't score that much generally if you're playing a good game. You maybe 2, 3 tops, but 6, that's tough. And I mean, if you're looking for defense, which is what New York's going to have to do tonight, you can't look further than their captain, Ashley Johnston. She's had good experience, good success against Boston, one of the few players who's had in this entire league. She's got the most points on the team for New York against Boston. It's got to start with her controlling the blue line, just clamping down defensively.
On the other side of things, for Boston, Brianna Decker, 2 goals last night. She'll probably look to continue that success if the Pride are going to end this in 2 games.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're in the here and now. They're not thinking forward, but they got to be a little bit in the back of their minds. You know, we win this, we move on. And it starts with Brianna Decker. I mean, if Hillary Knight's not on this team or in this league, Brianna Decker, she's right behind her. Points, goals, assists, she'd be at the top of the league. So it's a nice 1-2 punch for Boston's offense, which will definitely look to keep going, and it starts right there with Decker.
We've got a great matchup coming up for you, folks. We'll be back with live action shortly. Welcome back, everybody. Earlier today, I got to sit down with Riveters forward Brooke Ammerman. I'm here with Brooke Ammerman from the New York Riveters, and back in October, Brooke, you scored the first ever goal in NWHL history. Tell us what it's been like playing in the NWHL this season since then.
I mean, it's been a great experience. We have a really great team. We get along really well. It's really fun to go to practice and get to play again. A lot of us, you know, had the opportunity taken away from us after college ended, so this is just like icing on the cake, and we get paid to play, and it's been a really great experience.
So, not having hockey around, that being said, your backs are up against the wall tonight. You're facing a team that scored 6 goals against you last night, even though it seemed like you had a great team effort. Yeah. What are you going to do tonight to change the score and hopefully push it to 3 games?
I think it's really important for us to get on the board first. You know, they got a lot of great players, national team players. I mean, you can't deny that. We work really hard. We've beat them twice with just working as a team, and we just got to put the puck in the net. I mean, you can't score if you can't get one by. I mean, played well last night, and we had opportunities to make the game closer. But they're a great team, so we just got to keep coming, frustrate them as best we can, and if we get on the board first, maybe we get an opportunity to win this game.
Jenny Scrivens played excellent in the loss last night, 50 saves. Tonight, Nana Fujimoto gets the start. What does Nana bring to the table for your team?
I mean, obviously she has a great track record, but as far as that said, I mean, we still got to do a team effort. I think all of our goalies compete. I mean, Jenny's a great competitor, and they've, had different injuries and, sickness, and we've had to show up and play with anybody in net, so we can't, rely on Nana to win this game for us. I mean, that's just, we got to score, and so if we have a good team effort and, she can rob sometimes, hopefully we'll come out on top tonight.
All right, thank you very much, Brooke. I also got a chance to sit down with Pride defenseman Alyssa Gallardi. I'm here with Pride defenseman Alyssa Gallardi. Alyssa, great game from the Pride last night. What do you have to do tonight to make sure that this series only goes 2 games?
Yeah, I think just a lot of the same stuff we did last night. I think battling hard, winning battles, getting pucks to the net, and bearing some early on will be key for us.
Is there anything you can do better than last night? It's tough to do when you win 6-0, but what can you do better?
Yeah, I mean, I think special teams, can always be better, penalty kill, power play, things like that. So I think we're just focused on the little things here, and then, hopefully can get a good start.
Is there any feeling that people are already looking forward to next weekend?
No, I mean, we know that this is, once in a lifetime opportunity here to be the first tournament, first Isabel Cup championship, and so we're focusing on this game, and want to end it in 2. Don't want to have to play tomorrow.
All right, best of luck, Alyssa. Thank you. Good evening. Welcome in to the broadcast here tonight. Mark Bates along with Jeff Poster. Jeff, the teams are coming onto the ice, and we're getting ready for some playoff hockey.
Yeah, there's nothing like playoff hockey, Season restarts, everyone's got fresh records. It doesn't matter if you struggled or you excelled in the regular season. Obviously, this is game 2, and Boston came away with that big victory last night, but anything's on the table, and when New York's in do-or-die mentality like they have to be on an elimination game, anything can happen.
As you see the graphic there, you can update that. 15-3-1 for the Pride, 4-13-2 for the Riveters. 6-0 Pride thumping last night. What are the Rivers got to do to even this one up tonight?
Well, they should take a little bit of pride themselves in a way that 2 of their wins actually came against Boston this season. They might have only gotten 4, but 2 of them came against Boston. And, you clamp down on your defense. We talked about in our pregame with Captain Ashley Johnston. Her and the rest of the New York defense, they really just got to find a way to stop Boston's onslaught of offense. 6 goals, you cannot give up 6 goals and hope to win a hockey game.
One change in the lineup, as you can see, number 13 there, Cherie Stewart for the Riveters in tonight for Amber Moore. More of a strategy on the part of from Chad Wiseman more than an injury. And also, big shake-up in the Riveters lineup. Nana Fujimoto getting the start for the Rivs tonight.
Yeah, she's back in net tonight. She's the goalie who had the success against Boston. She's been their starter, the whole season coming into this playoff run. And hopefully, she can kind of settle the team down a little bit. Starts with the defense. You see her right there. 4-8-0, 3.28 goals against, 911 save percentage. And they're going to need her to stand on her head and try to stop Boston's offense when she comes into close.
Jenny Scrivens did stand on her head last night. 50 saves, 22 saves in the first period alone last night. So she gets the night off, and, hopefully for the Riveters, they'll have a decision going forward tomorrow as to who played net.
Well, first they got to get to that point too, so it's do or die for them, and it all starts with Fujimoto right there.
And Fujimoto is a rock star. Jeff, you noticed earlier the crowd following her.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Unbelievable.
She's got her own posse coming around game to game. They want a shot of her.
And for the Pride tonight, Brittany Ott picked up her 2nd shutout of the season. The only goalie in the league with such an honor.
That's right. She's been outstanding here all season long. You see, last night 17 saves and that big goose egg right there. No goals allowed. Overall this season, she's leads the league in goals against, 1.94. She's got 13 wins, 2nd in save percentage at 936. And up until last night, she was the only goalie to have a shutout. Of course, Connecticut gets one themselves.
Jamie Leonoff with a 2-0 victory, helping out the Whale as they beat the Buttes. That action underway as we speak, and the Buttes trying to force that to a game 3. We're beginning the national anthem shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem, performed tonight by Lisa DeSimone.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And rockets riding, the bombs bursting in air, yet it proved through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the brave and the home of the brave.
National anthem brought to you by Lisa DeSimone, wife of Riveters assistant coach Mark DeSimone. Lots of talent in that pair.
That was great.
The Riveters, of course, coached by Chad Wiseman. The Pride, coached by Bobby J, Lauren McAuliffe, and Dave Jensen. Talent all over the place. Well, if you're the Pride, you won 6-0 last night.
Yeah.
You can't take your foot off the gas pedal, and
Not
I'm
at all.
sure that's something Bobby J talked to his team about before the game.
Yeah, you got a chance to get the sweep here and, punch a ticket to the championship round. And you got to expect that their offense is hungry to get out there. They got 6. I guarantee they wanted more. So keep your foot on the gas, keep going, keep that offense. And I mean, they've got such great defense, too, with Ott behind them. So Boston's clicking on all cylinders at the right time.
As you saw Fujimoto there from Sapporo, Japan, standing at 5'4". She is tiny, but she can move very quickly and cover a lot of net. So you see the open space and it's immediately taken away.
Yeah, sometimes even those smaller goalies, they might not cover as much space with just their body size, but they can move quick. And, a lot of times bigger goalies, they might cover a lot of space, but they can't move as quick. So someone like Fujimoto should have a lot of success being able to rotate left to right and through the crease and hopefully deny Boston good open opportunities.
First lines for both clubs as we're underway here in Game 2 of the Isabel Cup playoffs, Round 1. Gigi Marvin moving it up, met by Weber. She battles her way out to center. Bellamy stick handling in her own end. Finds Smelker left wing side. Chip off the boards. Kira Dostal plays for the Riveters. And a quick change for New York early on.
Yeah, so far, that first line, we talked about it in the pregame. They got to control the blue line.
Here's Knight with a shifty move. Nice defense by Elena Orlando back there as Knight tried to go inside out.
Yeah, she's not an easy one to take it away from, and Orlando did just that. Came up right behind Hillary Knight. Poke check, puck's free, and New York's at the other end.
Hand her hand into the corner with Gedman. Packer with a quick shot just wide. Dempsey finds Knight. Knight will dump it in, go for a change. Decker in the corner. Dempsey up to Bolden. Bolden shot on, smothered by Fujimoto.
Pretty good look. But Fujimoto, quick with the legs there, clamped down on it.
Blake Bolden had 6 shots on net from the back end last night for the Pride. Brianna Decker with 9 was a team high. 2 of those went in. one of the power play variety. Something the Riveters will have to do if they want to push this to game 3 is stay out of the box.
Yeah, both teams in general had a lot of penalties, and there's been a lot of penalties in your matchups this season, so you want to stay full strength and try to avoid playing on the special teams, especially on the wrong side of it.
Breakout for the Riveters. Over the line comes Fartelman. She puts on the brakes. Bolden stands her ground and pitchforks that one away. Pelkey over the blue line, winds up for a slap shot. That one hits Orlando.
And they're doing a pretty good job here defensively. A couple looks for Boston, getting into the attacking zone, and she's been there. Stops them in their tracks.
Rachel Lanis spinning away from 3 checks. Bowie will throw that in. Fujimoto out from her crease to play the puck. Celeste Brown chops at Emily Field, who converges, and the puck skirts out to center. Holtz will dump that in. Holtz playing in only her 2nd game after coming back from an injury. Ketchum to Figueroa. Nice one-touch pass by Emmerman to Weber. Weber going on Gedman. Backhand on net, rebound loose.
Good job by Brittany Ott, moving over. Couldn't cover that one up. Boston's got to get their defense back, and they do just that as they take it away here.
Really looked like it surprised Brittany Ott on that shot.
New York's challenging here early. They've had a couple of trips into the offensive zone, and that's what they got to do. They got to come out here and try and establish themselves over the bigger, tougher Boston team if they want to stay in this one.
Hey, Jeff, the hotel room's already booked for New York. They're staying either way, but they want to play tomorrow.
That's right.
Smelker avoiding the ref, goes into the corner with Kidd. Kidd takes a tumble. Marvin steps in to keep the puck in, but Johnston moving with speed over the line. The big defender with a shot. Looked like she broke her stick, but it was really just a fan.
What a matchup, too. Johnston and Knight was right behind her. 1-2 combo there. 2 of the best players in this league going head-to-head.
Couple of 6-footers.
That's right.
Orlando into the Pride end. Bolden plays catch with Gallardi. Fast pace. 1 whistle so far in the first 3+ minutes. Pelkey niftily stick handling around 3 defenders. She will rag the puck, look for a trailer, finds Hickel. They play give and go. Shot, rebound deflected. That one hit a body in front. Fujimoto had to be quick.
Yeah, good move by her. Read it nicely. She can't cover it up, but New York's defense bailing her out and getting the puck out of the zone.
Belyakova trying to nullify the icing. Alyssa Gallardi just ahead of her.
Well, New York's looked pretty good here in the opening minutes. As I said, they got to come out and try and establish themselves early, and they peppered in a couple of shots on Ott. Neither team pretty back and forth so far. Neither team with really a huge sustained offensive drive here so far. No one just kind of back and forth.
Draw won by the Riveters. Belyakova was on the draw. Packer flips it up and out. Bellamy surveying the ice, decides to flip it over to Brianna Decker. Never a bad idea. Here's Marvin. Backhand hits his skate. Back the other way comes Brown. She's got some room. She'll shoot it from just over the red line. Ott plays that into the corner. Bellamy to Marvin. That one touched at the red line, no icing. Nice play by Zoe Hickel to get a touch on that to prevent the icing. Catching with speed, spins around Lanis. Goes to her forehand, that one hits the stick, pops up over the net.
It looked like Gedman was right there in the lane, popped it up and out. Might have saved a shot on net against Ott.
Bolden beats 2 as she comes out to center.
Good
Can't
strip.
be a third, and here comes a 2-on-1. Ketchum with an errant pass.
Yeah, a little bit too far behind. New York's Ammerman would have had a good look there on a 2-on-1 break.
Lanis leaves it for Field. Field spins, wrist shot knocked down by Fujimoto. You got a whistle, maybe a net dislodged here.
just starting to think too, Fujimoto, she's made good saves here, but she's had some trouble holding on to the puck. And you got to be able to stop it and corral it, or Boston might capitalize on some rebound attempts.
You attribute that to taking the day off yesterday?
Well, she wouldn't tell you that, but it's possible.
Maybe some nerves. First playoff game for Fujimoto.
Yeah, she's again facing elimination, do or die, and she's got to be up to the task here tonight.
Gallardi's shot blocked nicely there by Hanrahan. Bellamy flips it. Orlando catches, passes it to Johnston. Packer met at center ice. Belyakova turns it over. We get an offside. 14:11 to go here in the first period. Here you get a look at Brianna Decker. Now 16 goals, 16 assists on the season. 32 points. She has 13 points versus New York this year, the former Patty Kaz winner.
Yeah, she's been phenomenal here for Boston. Like I said, if Hillary Knight's not around, Brianna Decker, she's the leader in the league in all those offensive categories. So you can't forget about her.
Bellamy was pestered by Weber, able to get it away. Weber gets the turnover, one-on-one versus Bellamy again. Backhand, blocker down nicely by Ott.
Yeah, did a good job there. That one trying to go top shelf over Ott.
Figueroa with a seeing eye shot. Ott had to sneak out the right pad. They'll try it again. Tipped by Weber.
Pretty good shift there for New York. Got a couple of shots in on Ott.
Decker interrupted by Dostal and Figueroa looking for a call. She'll give Figueroa an extra shove there for some of that commotion. Up to the point. Wrist shot by Gedman, sticked aside by Fujimoto. Riveters bench looking to get a change as you see Dostal slowing things down on the breakout.
Trying to control the pace against Boston. Here's a good look.
Brown from the outside. She works in, poke checked away by Ott.
Yeah, nice job. Boston's defense is really helping out there in front of the net.
Hickel with a nice wrist shot, but not well positioned.
But good transition, though, coming out of the defensive position after Ott makes the save. And transition, a lot of times in this game, you can catch a team off guard or trailing. And Boston's trying to do just that, and they'll get the face-off here in the attacking zone.
Dempsey loses the draw. She was not great on draws last night, 4 of 12, but she made up for it by having 4 points, a goal and 3 assists. Dempsey just throws one at the net. Johnston holds, looks for Holtz, can't find her. Here's Pelkey with some room. She moves to the outside, looking for the trailer. Marvin, wrist shot, scores! Gigi Marvin from the point on the feed from Pelkey, 1-0 tie.
That starts off the forecheck there for Boston. Johnson's trying to clear it out. She doesn't get a good clean pass off. Boston comes in, sweeps in, bide their time nicely, and Marvin gets the pride on the board here first. Take a look again.
This is why Amanda Pelkey is world class. She waits for her teammates. You saw her do it earlier, setting up a trailer. This time Marvin buries it.
Yeah, Marvin top of the slot. Pelkey moving to her right, just held onto it. Very patient there. First goal of the playoffs there for Marvin.
Kelly Cook getting her first shift for the Pride. Orlando met by Lannis, who comes in with a thunderous check.
We're nearly halfway gone here in the first. This is an important time for New York. Now you're down 1-0. How do you respond? You don't want to get flustered here after you've now given up 7 straight to Boston unanswered.
Cook with a little tumbler towards the net. She was on the 2-on-1 with Rachel Lannis. Bellamy pancake that one into the zone. Orlando has some time as the Pride go for a change. Hanrahan near her bench. Marvin spinning away, looking for the breakout options.
Nice job.
Ammerman with a nice pick off there.
You know, you see Marvin camped out behind Ott there, waiting for New York to kind of back off. And they said, no way, we're going to hang out here and make you try to get past us.
Decker with Ketchum and Kidd draped all over her. Ammerman slams Smelker into the boards. Bellamy with a shot tipped by Knight. Looking for Decker. She gets a weak backhander in. That one hit Fujimoto. I don't know if she even saw it off her pad.
He was
back out to neutral
trying
zone.
to find it, but a big crowd there in front. Her defense did a nice job bailing her out.
We hear Coach Chad Wiseman, he's right in front of us, encouraging his team to skate and move their feet.
Yeah. And that comes back to, too, getting down 1-0 here. You don't want to get flustered or anything. Just keep playing your game. The shots will come.
Lots of positivity on the bench. That's good.
Yeah. Here we go.
Here's Holtz, backhand off the side of the net. She'll continue with the play. Dempsey strips it away from her, and here comes Pelkey. Pelkey 1-on-2, puts it through Orlando's skates.
Job by Orlando there, just denying Pelkey any sort of angle at the net, cutting her off offensively.
Johnston takes Dempsey down. Puck tied up along the wall. Gedman tries to keep it in. She'll have to collect it center ice. Bolden looking for Dempsey, chipping it into the zone, fighting through Orlando and getting an offensive zone faceoff. And we're gonna have our first penalty of the game. Is kind of an unnecessary play there by Megan Fartelman. Came in late with a body check.
Yeah.
They're gonna call it an elbow.
That's unfortunate too, because Fujimoto was just about to cover that up. You see it again coming in. Fujimoto's just reached out. She's already got it covered up, and then the penalty comes afterwards. That's one you can't take if you're New York and you're already down 1-0 facing elimination.
Riveters were 4 for 7 on the PK last night. On the other side of the coin, 3 of 7 for the Pride.
Pretty good penalty killing team, New York. About 83% this regular season.
Marvin's wrist shot hits the stick and goes into the corner. She's set up again with Decker. Marvin fakes the shot. Bellamy. They'll trade positions. Decker just blindly throws that one at the net, hits the stick, and swatted down by Fujimoto.
Yeah, really elevated that one. Fujimoto did a nice read on it. She looked like an infielder in a baseball game reaching up for that one. And sometimes you want to obviously elevate it and get it top shelf, but in a power play situation, you might try to keep it down low, maybe collect a rebound. You had Knight camped out right in front.
Decker was on the draw. She lost that one. Decker had a goal on the power play last night, as did Hickel and Dempsey. Weber on the shorthand.
She just threw it right into Bellamy.
Weber, the only player on the Riveters with a shorthanded goal this year.
Well, they're hard to come by.
If they were easy, everyone would have them.
That's right.
Bellamy plays it near side to Knight. Puck too hot for Smelker's stick. Decker will collect. We saw this last night, a real passive PK from the Riveters. Kind of allowing the Pride to set up along the perimeter. In front for Smelker.
Just off the mark there. Boston nearly got their second.
Bellamy finds Decker. She moves into the face-off dot. Johnston's long stick will knock it away from Decker. She takes her down.
Look at the aggressiveness and physical play there from Johnston. She wanted that puck.
Marvin, wrist shot scores! I'm not sure if Smelker got a piece of that on the way. If not, Gigi Marvin has her second of the night, 2-0 Pride.
Well, someone came to play tonight, and that someone's Gigi Marvin. Top of the slot, pretty good power play unit so far there for Boston. And take a look again. See it kick back out. Marvin.
Hillary Knight celebrating as if she might have got a piece of it.
It was very close, but either way, Marvin with the slap shot there from the top of the slot in front of the blue line and found a lane through.
It is Hillary Knight with the tip. So an assist for Gigi Marvin.
Still got 2 points though on the night. Having a good game.
That's Knight from Marvin. 2-0 Boston. 7:48 left in the first period. They're looking for more. Cook trying to find Lannis in front. Bolden shot from the point, hits his stick. had his eyes going to the net. Fujimoto had to kick out the left pad. Cook slams it into the Riveters' end. Pride go for a line change. Dostal bumped by Field. Dempsey finds Pelkey. Backhand, blockered aside by Fujimoto. Pelkey again, looking for somebody to move the puck to, as she so gracefully does.
Boston's offense is just outworking New York so bad right now. Getting it back on the forecheck. There's another one.
Figueroa finds Hanrahan on the left wing. She'll rub that one off of the boards. Gallardi back to Chase. Quickly up to Bellamy. Bellamy sees that there's room and she'll take it. Bellamy off Fujimoto's paddle. Bounces for the Riveters, and all they can do is get it up to the defensive line for the Pride, and they send it in again.
Yeah, Boston, again, their forecheck and their offense in general is just outworking New York. They can't get out of their own end, and even when they finally do, they've been on for so long that they just got to change it out, and Boston can just sit back and wait for the puck to come and reset. Here we go.
Weber playing it into the corner. She'll chase. Marvin meets her there. Decker in for some support. Ammerman in for the Riveters, knocks that one over to Gigi Marvin's corner. Here comes Decker. Decker looking for Knight, just past her stick. Kidd rubs out Knight. Ketchum taken down by Smelker, and we're gonna have our first penalty of the night against the Pride.
The trip right there.
So I think we've seen a couple of those tonight that weren't called, but you know, there was a lot of chatter on the Riveters bench right in front of us, you know, for a call, and maybe that evened out.
Yeah, here it is again, right there. But, you know, it's the playoffs. You know, a lot of times in playoffs, in any sport, any level, referees try to swallow their whistles a little bit. Let them play. Let them get aggressive. Vying for a championship here.
Riveters 0 for 4 on the power play yesterday.
2 minutes for tripping.
Figueroa over to Fartelman. She lets one rip, hits Handrahan in the back of her skates. Rebound goes out in front. Nice chance. There's a delayed penalty coming up. Crowd urging the Riveters to give the puck to the Pride, and finally Decker touches it, and they're going to have a minute 38 of a 5-on-3. Belyakova had the puck in front and just hopped over her stick.
Yeah, very, very close there for a goal for New York, and this is huge for them. 5-on-3 here. We're still 5:24 left to go in the first period. An opportunity, minute 38 of 2 extra men on the ice for the Riveters. You got to capitalize now if you're them. Here it is again, that near goal.
Belyakova tenacious going to the net.
Just a nice job there by Ott, just clamped down and no angle there. And again, that one ricocheted and deflected, but Ott did a tremendous job for Boston.
Hillary Knight to the box.
Boston penalty. Caller number 12. Marissa
Here's
Gerber.
Ammerman.
2 minutes for high stick.
Excuse me, it was Gedman on the call for a high stick.
That's Gedman. 2 minutes for
Dostal
high sticking.
looking low, finds Ketchum.
Nice pass.
Ammerman, fake slap shot, tipped in, score! Beautiful shot for a pass, and Madison Packer gets the Riveters' first goal of the playoffs.
Yeah, so many times it's just a matter of time when you get that 5-on-3 advantage. New York did a pretty good job there swinging the puck, getting it through the Boston defense, which tried to maybe play a little bit up on them. You see it again here, just biding their time. They get it through one. An extra pass, and right there, Packer gets the Riveters on the board.
And real heady play by Ammerman there, noticing Packer was in good space and getting a hard shot to the net, really as a pass.
And they still got one more power play here for a minute 22.
Number 14, Madison Packer.
We could tie this up before we head to the break.
Packer holds on the left wing side, finds Ammerman. Ketchum nicely back to Dostal, wrist shot blocked down. Knight with a backhand up and just squeaks by Dostal, who went down like a first baseman.
You can't do that. You got to keep it in play.
Decker fighting Ketchum, but Ketchum keeps it in her offensive zone.
Getting across the blue line really disrupted New York, and now they're trying to regroup. They lost that offensive rhythm they had, and Boston's able to clear it out and get some fresh legs.
Both teams going for a full-scale line change, except for Gabby Figueroa, who had the puck while everyone else got off the ice. Here's a curl and drag by Fartelman. Ott had to be strong to hold the post.
Yeah, she just backed down into the deep part of her own crease, stopped it, does it again.
Figueroa with a long shot, right pad save by Ott. Rebound was there for Fartelman, but just hopped over her stick. Most sustained pressure of the night. Obviously, it's a power play, but the Riveters look like they've got some momentum here.
Yeah, definitely. Finally, an opportunity. Sometimes that's what you need. You got to get that power play opportunity just to feel good about your offense. And with a goal on the board, they should feel good.
Even strength now. Pelkey leaving it for Cook. Cook tried to backhand one to Hickel. Orlando up but not out. Bellamy just drives that one back in. Orlando looking for hand. Cook comes flying in. Pelkey finds Cook. Wrist shot.
Nice save. In the slot, one-on-one there against Fujimoto, and she answered the call.
Pelkey just strips it away from Kidd. Looking again for Hickel, and how many times are we going to say Pelkey's looking for someone tonight?
Well, that's that forecheck of Boston, getting it back in the offensive zone.
Back the other way comes Packer. She's met by the back check of Jordan Smelker. Lots of bodies in the left corner. Figueroa down for Emmerman. She'll wheel away from traffic, tries a toe jag. Knight gingerly throws that one up to center, goes back for Kira Dostal's play. Dostal taken by Smelker. Smelker looking for Decker, but she was just over the line.
First NWHL championship, the Isabel Cup, will be awarded next weekend at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. Be there to see who is crowned the champion of this inaugural season, as the winner of this series takes on the winner of the Buffalo Buttes and the Connecticut Whale Series. Tickets available. Head over to nwhl.com.
And again, the Prudential Center is a great place to watch a game. That practice facility, you can actually be outside and watch the game. You'll probably want to be inside. I don't know what the temperature will be, but meanwhile, through the banter, Bray Ketchum with a shot, tried to go 5-hole on Ott. She slams the door.
Nice job once again by Ott. You know, tough to answer a 5-on-3, but she's done a phenomenal job. Fujimoto right there as well, covering that one up for a save.
Hillary Knight, who can shoot it with the best of them, with a blast on Fujimoto off the blocker. And as you mentioned earlier, still fighting the puck a little bit, but still getting out in front of it.
Yeah, she's doing a pretty good job. You know, it's not every day you can stop a puck from Knight.
15 shots on goal unofficially for the Pride. Riveters with 9. Certainly an improved first period for the Riveters, who only had 4 shots on the board yesterday after one. Here's Field, throws it in front for Bowie, just past her outstretched stick. Here's Weber, met nicely by Gallardi.
I'm impressed with Weber so far. She's kind of leading this offensive attack. She doesn't have the goal or any of the points yet, but she's done a nice job actually getting the puck in the offensive end for New York.
Field got knocked down, but she gets the puck back. Puck skirts off. I'm not sure how that puck, the net became dislodged. Fujimoto is shaken up after that.
She took a tumble. She got the puck though. That's what's important. Take a look again.
The reason Emily Field was left so wide open down low is Sydney Kidd had given her a cross check, and it took Field a second to get back up. And as the play had moved on, it was able to come back down for Field, who drove to the net, got the backhand off. We have a penalty in fact here.
Actually. Field and Ammerman in the box, so he'll be in there the remainder of this period into the second.
Training staff taking a look at Nana Fujimoto.
She had Field go right over her, you know. She didn't play last night, so we'll make sure she's okay. You need her tonight.
She was out with illness last night. Good to see she's feeling better, and now she's right back in the infirmary.
Hopefully okay, but I mean, she took a shot there, Field coming in. Not intentionally, really, but Field, you know, her momentum just carries her up and over. But what a save there by Fujimoto, especially going down like that.
Those of you that weren't with our broadcast last night or haven't been following these NWHL playoffs, the Isabel Cup is named after Lady Isabel, who was the daughter of Frederick Stanley, was the 16th Earl of Derby. I'm sure you all knew that. And at the urging of Isabel, Stanley created the cup and gave it to the top team in Canada at that time, top hockey team at that time, and the tradition has been carried on till present day.
Yeah.
And Isabel actually played in what was considered the first organized women's hockey game in 1899. So
wow.
Over a decade of women's hockey, and it's taken until this year for these girls to get paid like they rightfully deserve.
Right, absolutely. This is a great thing that's been going on all season, this league. An opportunity for these women, especially, you know, I work here at Endicott calling their, you know, men and women's games, and an opportunity just for them to continue to have a chance to continue their hockey careers, you know, coming out of college, a lot of them, that's it, you know, and now they have an outlet to finally keep going.
Speaking of players coming out of their college career, congratulations to some of the more marquee draft picks for the Riveters. Carpenter, Skarupa, and Trevino. BC defeated UConn today to move on to the Hockey's finals. BU defeating Northeastern in their matchup, and Kendall Coyne was the first overall pick for the Pride, number 3 overall in this year's draft. So the future of this league is extremely bright when you consider all the talent that will be coming out of the NCAA next season.
Yeah, absolutely, and looks like we got Fujimoto. She's okay, shakes it off, and we're back underway.
Decker in front, Dempsey scores!
Wasted no time, really, 4 seconds into the 4-on-4, and Boston gets back the goal they gave up.
That is the epitome of adding insult to injury.
Right between the legs of Fujimoto. Right off the face-off, too. Just finesse that puck in. Take a look again here.
Broken play. Dempsey looking like she was trying to receive that puck, take it to her forehand, couldn't collect it, and that ended up in the back of the net.
She'll take it, yeah. That was definitely what was going on. She was getting a pass to her, and she had trouble collecting it. Fujimoto maybe a little slow to react, and Dempsey got just enough of it, Matt. She gets credit for that goal. 3-1, that's her second.
Dempsey from Bellamy and Hickle. 3-1 Pride, 40 seconds left, a minute 46 on the matching penalties to Ammerman and Field.
.1 still left. I mean, it's tough when you're the defense giving up a score right at the end of periods. In any sport, a half, a quarter, no matter what, it swings the momentum back in that team's favor. So New York still with 40.1 exactly here. If they can get something, a little bit of offense going, they can feel good going into the locker room. Maybe take some momentum back from Boston.
It's a bit of a conversation here between the officials in the box. Not sure what that's about. We're back. We got a loose glove on the ice.
There's that opportunity for New York.
Thrown in by Ketchum. Stick to the right wing side. Belyakova goes into the boards hard. Yeah, not sure if she caught Marvin's stick.
Oh, it sounded like it hurt. She seems to be okay. She's up, staying on the ice.
Ketchum with 14 seconds. Trying to go cross ice, knocked down by Decker. That was a dangerous play. Puck thrown down for icing. So really some nonchalant play in the closing minute here. You give up a goal for one, and then, you know, not getting out of your own with any authority.
Yeah.
Eventually icing it. Now you have another chance for the best line in the league.
Right.
To put another goal on the board.
Just rather just hold on to the puck and not take the icing. Now you got to deal with this face-off in your own end. It doesn't take long to score a goal.
Decker tries to go through Belyakova, not able to. Knight kind of
Smart move.
smart cover up by
from
Fujimoto there.
Cover it up. Don't let any sort of rebound, but still, .3. Got to take that face-off again.
Now, I don't know this for sure, but I can guarantee you no one's ever scored in 0.3 seconds.
There it is.
The
clock didn't even
starting
start.
the clock, and you can probably hear the Riveters' bench's dismay at that.
As the longest .3 seconds I've ever seen.
So after 20, the Pride lead the Riveters 3-1. Shots unofficially 18-9. Big period for the big guns for the Pride. Gigi Marvin, Pelkey, Knight, Dempsey, Bellamy, Hickel. That's a lot of Team USA members right there getting in on things.
I think we're going to get a chance to talk to Gigi Marvin here as we head into the first intermission.
A lot of chatter between the officials. I feel like there was something going on that we missed late here in the period.
Yeah, maybe just trying to keep the chippiness between the two teams down as New York trying to overcome some frustration.
Well, Gigi Marvin just is heading into the locker room after a goal and an assist this period. We thought we were going to have her for you. We apologize for that tease, but we'll try and get her later on in the game. We'll be back with you shortly on Cross Ice Pass here for the NWHL. Welcome back, everybody, to Game 2 of the Isabel Cup playoffs here at Endicott, the Raymond J. Bork Arena. Beautiful new rink built this year. Good crowd on hand and a pretty good first period.
Yeah, very back and forth there for a while. As we take a look at some of the highlights, Boston got the early start and really had New York pinned down in their own end. You see one of their goals right there. That first one is just, they came out offensively trying to pick up right where they left off last night with those 6 goals. They got half that total in the first period alone.
Marvin with a big period. You saw her goal a second ago set up by Pelkey, and this time it was tipped by Hillary Knight out in front.
And yeah, if you're New York, you had to capitalize when they had a 5-on-3 opportunity, and there it was.
Pass by Ammerman finding Packer back door for the redirect tip over Brittany Ott, so she will not have a shutout streak lasting more than one day.
Yeah, Boston though, this one, it kind of was almost a serendipitous goal. It was a pass that she kind of reached out and couldn't corral, and then it slips right past Fujimoto in between her legs, and was just 5 minutes after, and kind of took the momentum back in Boston's favor. As just the stats from that first period, 3-1 the score. Boston, pretty close in the shots there. New York caught up in the latter part of it, 17-12. And both goalies doing a decent job there. Fujimoto had a couple of tough looks, but power play, both teams having success, and just about equal number there on the penalty minutes. Pretty back and forth.
Official stats from the first period. The first goal was Marvin from Pelkey. Second was Knight from Marvin. Packers scored on the 5-on-3 advantage from Ammerman, and then Jillian Dempsey with 48 seconds left in the first, set up by Bellamy and Hickel. We do still have a 4-on-4 here for a minute 6, as Field and Ammerman are in the box. They're coincidental minors. Packer, Ketchum, Dostal, and Kidd for the Riveters. Bellamy and Marvin on the back end.
Ooh.
And up front, Decker and Knight. Who else?
Yeah, Decker and Dostal just going down right after the face-off. Tied up with each other.
Ketchum. Long ring side pass. Packer. Curls back.
Nice defensive play right
Good
there.
stick by Marvin, and it's a 2-on-1, 3-on-1 with Decker coming high. Decker in the shot, just missed wide. She had Fujimoto down looking, blocker side, miss it wide, back the other way comes Bray Ketchum. Ketchum throws it at the net. That one hits Ott right in her stomach, and how about that for a start to the second?
Yeah, really back and forth there. You got the leading scorer, Hillary Knight, just camped out there, but she bides her time, waits for the rest of her offense, and a 3-on-1 break. And they miss wide left. New York picks it up. They look again, then they go right back the other way and get a shot in on Ott, who's just been tremendous here so far, as she has all season.
Dempsey plays over for Bolden. She throws it around Johnson. Bolden upstairs over Fujimoto. 4-1 Pride.
Just thinking, look at the speed there from Bolden down this near side. And she never let up. They got it all the way down to the other end. She had to catch up to it to avoid the icing. And top shelf there over Fujimoto. It's tremendous speed. Take a look again. Look at this. Gets past 2 New York defenders and just keeps going. So, you know what? I'll take it myself.
We saw a goal similar to that from an almost impossible angle by Hillary Knight. And speaking of Knights, that'll be the night for Nana Fujimoto. She gets yanked just 51 seconds into the second period. And Jenny Scrivens, who made 50 stops last night, putting on her helmet and heading into the Riveters net.
Cornell alum from Camarillo, California. Has got to try and come back in here and bail out her team defensively, as Fujimoto missed that game last night. And it's a tough task going against Boston no matter who you are, but had a tough time here. 4 goals, and just about a minute into that second period, Boston gets that 4th one.
That's really one that Fujimoto wants to have back. She was low, bent down low there, really not coming out to play the angle from Bolden, who shouldn't have had an angle to throw it at the net. She goes upstairs.
Yeah, defense didn't help out Fujimoto that time too much, as Bolden just beat everybody down the ice.
Bolden's second goal of the year. First of the playoffs. Dempsey trying to get around Dostal. Belyakova to Ammerman. Ammerman, a little 2-foot pass to Figueroa. She'll rail that one around the boards. Belyakova misses her stick. Hickel gets bumped. Gedman, stationary pass.
A little friendly hello there from Gedman behind, and then she takes the puck away. Good forecheck there from New York.
Belyakova sends it in. Slides that one across. Pelkey up ice.
Nice stop.
She'll curl. Plays to the boards, getting it low. Waiting for her teammate, Rachel Lannis. Field in, meets Holst. Here's Field. Broken up nicely by Kidd. Thrown around far side for Ammerman. Knocked into the corner by Bowie. Field. Up to Bellamy. Gallardi plays it into the corner for Field. Met by Johnston. Kidd and Lannis join. Big bump there by Kidd on Lannis, and she's the worst for the wear out of that. And she comes back in, gives Lannis another bump.
Really contested here with the puck pinned up along the boards.
Gallardi's shot from the point, hits a body in front, goes to the corner. Back the other way comes Holst.
A very good shift there from Boston. It started with Pelkey stopping on a dime and waiting for the change. The rest of her offense, and Boston very good keeping New York on their toes defensively.
Pride go for a line change as Orlando moves it up to Cherie Stewart, who hasn't seen much action for the Riveters thus far. Fartelman with speed throws it past Brittany Ott's outstretched pad. Elbow comes up there from Orlando, and she's going to go to the box. It's going to be a body check. Either way, her elbow came up there. Pride back on the power play here.
That's the one thing New York cannot afford to do. I know there's still 16:39 left in the second period and obviously all of the third period, but you can't go down and have to try to kill off more penalties the way that Boston's offense has been clicking so far tonight. And this is a big time to try and kill off this 2 minutes.
First power play of the game was a goal for the Pride on a Gigi Marvin shot. She has the puck, gives it to Decker, who finds Knight. Knight with Johnston wrapped around her. Marvin throws it towards the net. That one goes over the left shoulder of Scrivens.
Oh, really elevated that one.
Bellamy from the point. Pad saved by Scrivens. Marvin to Decker. Decker looking back door, broken up by Packer. She'll send that one the length of the ice.
Nice stop with Madison Packer with her left skate. Boston tried to get fancy there, maybe go through her legs, and she said no. Kicked it right out.
Fresh units out for both squads. Dempsey collects. She fights through Weber's check, throwing it into the corner. Bumps Dospel. Touched by a high stick, and we'll have a whistle. That one should be in the Pride end. And it is. Face-off coming up to the right of Brittany Ott. 47 seconds left on the second Pride power play of the day.
Zone power, or face-off at least. Boston immediately takes it away though.
Gedman finds Hickel.
See what New York can do with this offensive.
Here's Hickel. She goes forehand, backhand. Broken up in the slot. Pelkey. Back to Bolden. Bolden finds Pelkey. Looking for Hickel. Hickel redirects that towards the net. Scrivens shoves it into the corner. Weber meets Hickel. That's not the name of a new movie, Weber meets Hickel, that happened. Bolden to Gedman. Here's Hickel. Blast by Bolden, directed wide, a penalty.
Yep.
As Figueroa got her stick up on Dempsey.
You're trying to clear the puck out. You're trying to help out Scrivens and your defense, but now you got to face, well, 1 second exactly. 5 on 3. There's New York again. You gotta be smarter than that. You saw Dempsey go down right next to the net. The blast, and here you see it right there. That shove with the left arm, right next to the net.
Interference, the call on Figueroa. She impeded Dempsey's ability to go after the puck there. I think that's a fair call.
Absolutely.
Out of the box and tagging up is Orlando. Here's Smelker. Cuts to the left wing corner. Johnston on her. Up to Bellamy. Smelker now, Marvin. Decker in front to Smelker. Pad save off the crossbar on the chance by Knight on the rebound.
Not too often you see Knight miss like that.
Here's Bellamy. Fakes, looking for Decker. Knight, slap shot, upstairs, 5-1 Pride.
Fool me once, right? She gets it on the second chance. You can't give her those second chances. Nice positioning there by Knight. Great patience there from Boston, who basically just had back-to-back power plays and take advantage of it with their leading scorer, Hillary Knight. Take a look again at this. Just amazing patience, and Knight all alone there on the left side. Scrivens had no chance.
Going down to one knee to get that extra leverage.
And from one like Knight, too, as tall as she is, even going down to one knee, she's still got some height up there to elevate that puck.
Second goal of the night for Knight. Bellamy and Decker on the assist. Gallardi chased by Brown, 5-1. Not even midway through 2 here.
Boston looking to eclipse the total of 6 from last night. Just need one more to tie, and almost more than half of the second period left.
Figueroa just bowls over Kelly Cook in the corner. Celeste Brown.
You see, if you're New York, you got to go and attack that puck quicker. They had 2 players, and both of them kind of shrugged off it. This allows Boston to get their offense. They're going to change it out now, but it allows them to stop New York's advance in the neutral zone. Got to attack.
Here comes Orlando. Gedman on the turnover finds Dempsey. Pelkey just nudges it forward for Marvin, who's speeding into the zone.
There's that speed for Boston again. They've used that to their advantage all night.
Pelkey throws that towards the net. Knocked down by Johnson. Johnson continues to knock things down, and that would be Zoe Hickel. And they'll go at it again. Dempsey throws it cross ice for Gallardi. Gallardi moves in from her point as she's accustomed to doing. Great pass in front to Dempsey. Scrivens comes well out to make sure that Dempsey can't put a deke on her, and a nice play there to nullify a big attempt.
Yeah, Figueroa right there too. She came over and attacked Boston, cut off to look at the net. Might have saved a goal.
Seating is limited, so don't be left out. Purchase a single game or weekend.
Hate to say that, another goal would pretty much put the exclamation point on it, because the
so much
Ribs have
time,
only scored 1 goal in this series, and there is so much time. But I feel if that notch hits 6 before 2, it's going to be a long third period.
We still got 12:03 left to go in this second period, so not only could it hit 6, it could hit 7 the way Boston's playing.
Handerhan showing off her wide receiver skills there, taking that looping pass from Packer. Probably a 20-yard bomb.
Yeah, absolutely. Boston connecting on all the long passes.
Knight, Smelker for the Pride in the corner. Weber checking Smelker. Chipped up to Bellamy. She plays it low. Orlando meets Decker, gives her a bump. Knight in front to Smelker. Knight behind the back, no look pass to nobody.
New York defense doing a pretty good job here in front of Scrivens. Boston's had a couple of times to get the puck in the slot as it's stuck up on the boards here now, but
6 players in, lots of cross-checking, and I'm sure unpleasant words said, but the puck spring free to Marvin, whose shot is deflected. Scrivens knocks that out in front of her crease, and the Riveters are able to get it back over the line, and they all go for a line change here.
nice job by Weber after Scrivens couldn't cover it up. Immediately reacts and gets it out of the zone.
Holtz. Good speed over the line with Fartelman. Fartelman in front, shot, blocker down by Ott, and a penalty upcoming to the Pride.
Look, the goal came loose at the end there too, or the net, I should say. Finally, New York with a burst, offensively getting it in the zone. Here we go, take a look again. Managed to just hang on and keep it through the Boston defense, get a shot on net, which they have not had very much of, or at all really, in this second period.
Taylor Holtz from BU and Megan Fartelman, not regulars out there, not top 2 lines for the Riveters, but every time that line has been together, those 2 specifically, they've generated chances for the Rivs, so I wonder if Chad Wiseman will try and get them out more here, maybe some power play time here as the Riveters go on their 3rd power play of the night.
They just won the faceoff, but they had so much trouble corralling the puck and getting clean passes off to one another. Now they got to go back to the other end of the ice and start over.
Dostal up. Her shot probably going high. Will knock that down anyhow.
Yeah, she'll rather take the faceoff. No rebound opportunities. Never know, even when it goes off the end boards, off the glass, it could still take a weird bounce. Pop back in front. If New York got a player there, they might get it past her.
Otter was a standout at Maine. She's the reigning co-player of the week. As we mentioned, her 2nd shutout of the year last night. Won by her so far, but that doesn't matter when you have 5.
Yeah, exactly. If your offense is doing as well as Boston's has, you'll be okay if you get one past you.
Gallardi pestered by Johnson. She's able to nudge that one to Bellamy. Flip it over Packer's stick. Here's Dostal up for Ketchum. Weber and Ketchum too close for one another, and everyone was so bunched up that just a turnover to Gedman, who'll slam it off the boards, and really a lackluster start to this power play for the Riveters.
Yeah, still 40 seconds left to go on it, but yeah, they haven't really sustained their offense, set up their offense at all. Now they lose it back here tonight.
Knight goes backwards to Gedman. She'll retreat even further. Her clearing pass hits Hanrahan in the skate, and that'll keep it in for the Riveters, but it's knocked out, and we're going to have another penalty upcoming here. When the Pride touch it, a stick came up on Beth Hanrahan, I believe. No, it was Fartelman who the stick came up on.
Which is dangerous. You saw Knight collect the puck at the blue line coming into the New York zone, but she elected to go backwards, obviously trying to kill off some of the penalty, and you see it again here.
Dangerous play by Marissa Gedman.
Yeah, Gedman comes back and Boston nearly loses it in their own end, which would give New York a chance to maybe pepper one in on Ott. Another shot of it once again, but
Gedman looked like she was roping cattle on that one. You gotta keep your stick down. So the second 2-woman advantage of the game for the Riveters. Dostal, blast by Ammerman, hits a body in front. Back to Dostal, moves in, shot, score! Kira Dostal with a seeing eye wrist shot under Brittany Ott's blocker, and we got ourselves a game again.
5-2 now. Clearly, New York just needs to get a 5-on-3 advantage, because that's the way they're going to put it in. Good thing that they are. Dostal with a nice looking shot. Here's another look at from a different angle, right near that right face-off circle, elevates it over to the left of Ott. Good patience again. That line drive shot
just enough time to keep the advantage here.
Yeah, for a solid amount. Got 144 still up to go.
Knight, toe drag, flips it up niftily, and Jenny Scrivens has to come out, but Decker, with Scrivens out of place, just gets a layup. 6-2 on the shorthand for the leading shorthanded goals leader in the NWHL.
Yeah, I mean, that starts with Knight's aggressiveness, getting in and taking the shot. The rebound is now Scrivens down on all fours. She was trying to cover it up, and Decker just makes her pay. So there it is, the 6 goals they scored last night. They've already matched it. We still got 8:24 left to go, and it just wipes away New York's second goal of the night.
Decker's third of the playoffs and her 4th shorthanded goal of the season. Again, she leads the league in that category. And back the other way on a broken play.
What are we gonna see next? 3 goals in 3 seconds.
I have no idea what happened there. That puck hit off probably three different bodies like Plinko and ended up into the net.
Here we go. Top of the left circle, they move through, bounces off a Boston player, and somehow in the scrum,
Blake Bolden with a poke check off Hillary Knight's backside. And good luck figuring out who you're going to give that one to.
like Weber maybe there at the end.
They're going to give it to Handerhan
Right.
on that. Handerhan touched that back in her own end, I believe.
Someone had to have, right?
Loose in front shot. Scrivens with a huge save.
I was just gonna say, there's no way we can see 4, right? But geez, the way these two teams are attacking after the face-off, immediately moving the puck in the offensive zone. Anything can happen here. Wow, 6-3, and that happened like snap of your fingers.
If you got up to get popcorn at home, you're gonna be upset when you get back to the TV set.
You just missed a big time shift from both teams.
Ketchum plays it back for Orlando. Only a 3-goal game. 7:51 left to play in the second period. And no signs of stopping for either squad.
Nice job by Pelkey there in the neutral zone. Take that away from New York, stop their advance. Rattle it around the other end.
Packer gets it by 3 Pride. Here's Packer again. Hickle steals it, takes a whack, able to move it up to Dempsey. Dempsey hits Bowie in stride. Bowie has Gallardi calling for it. Gallardi in the slot, saved by Scrivens. Nice play by Gallardi as the trailer tapping her stick to let her know she was open.
The first NWHL championship, the Isabel Cup, will be awarded next weekend at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. Be there to see who is crowned the champion of this inaugural season as the winner of the series takes on the winner of the Buffalo Buttes and the Connecticut Whale Series. Tickets available at nwhl.com.
March Madness.
That's right, in our NWHL style.
Broken play in front. Orlando knocks that one back out to center ice.
Good job by the defenseman there for Boston.
Bowie winds up and hits Scrivens right in the Rosie the Riveter logo. A little bit of a collision in front. Kira Dostal down. She doesn't look like she'll be down for long.
Yeah, it's a little slow to get up, but seems like she's okay. Nice move there by Scrivens too, jumping out ahead of her crease. As we've seen so many pucks that both goalies have had trouble covering up, and they've paid the price for it. So it's become that much more important, covering up the puck.
A lot of believability on this Riveters bench. They're all up. We hear the Riveters fans next to us cheering them
That's right.
on.
Yeah, they traveled well here out to Raymond J. Bork Arena in the North Shore, Beverly, Mass.
Decker looking for Smelker. Orlando with a poke check away. Smelker maintains puck possession. Figueroa throwing it around for Belyakova. Ludmila Belyakova, part of the Russian national team, as is Fujimoto with the Japanese team. Plenty of U.S. and Canadian national team members in attendance here. In front, Knight all alone, and what a stop by Scrivens. Knight looking for the hat trick.
Yeah, how often do you get Hillary Knight alone in the slot and the goaltender's able to stop her? But what a move there by Scrivens, just to come out, challenge Knight, and just absolutely cut off any sort of angle that she had. Not an easy task. Take a look at this. All alone, Knight just whack. Scrivens denies her.
She got the right amount of elevation on the shot, just Scrivens one better on that play. Packer with Ammerman crashing back door. She goes for the drop pass and ends up giving the Pride a 3-on-2. Pelkey in the middle of that wrist shot hits his skate and goes wide. Packer up but not out. Bellamy cross corner. Dempsey swatted at by Johnson. Packer off the boards, looking for Ammerman. She's interfered with by Bellamy, which will allow the linesman to wave off that icing call. Gedman tries to go around, Packer can't. Loose in front for Weber, just can't contain it. Excuse me, that was Ketchum in front.
Yeah, just couldn't get up to it, otherwise she's got an opportunity to spin around and take a shot.
Back the other way was Hickel, and that was snared down by Scrivens, who's looked very sharp since coming in replace of Nana Fujimoto with just under a minute into the second period.
Yeah, two different styles of goalies here for New York, and Fujimoto and Scrivens. I mean, Fujimoto a little bit smaller at 5'4". Scrivens covers a lot more ground, 5'9". Trying to right the ship.
Belyakova with a nifty toe drag. Bolden goes down. And I don't know what the call is here, but one of the benches is going to be upset because that was kind of weak. It's going to be interference on Bolden, who ended up on the ice there.
Yeah,
so.
she took the brunt of it. Well, we've seen what New York can do with 5-on-3s. What can they do with just a standard 5-on-4 power play? You have 4:49 left to go here in the second. Down 3. You can get it to 2. Definitely are going to have some momentum here as we approach the end of the second period, headed into the third.
Got a whistle off the draw for a hold.
Well, so much for that power play.
Packer just 4 seconds into the Riveters' power play gets a hold. A wry smile from Madison Packer as she goes to the box.
Yeah, right there, New York just getting in their own way, shooting themselves in the foot. You got an opportunity for a power play, and you give it up just 4 seconds in.
I don't know if there's such thing as a makeup call, but I think those two pretty much washed one another out. We have some 4-on-4 play, which we've seen earlier, and it's been very exciting in this game. Ketchum and Dostal run into one another. Ketchum, her shot tipped by Marvin into the near corner. Ammerman throws it towards the net. It's blocked down by Bellamy. Knight the other way with Decker cutting across the center. She'll get the pass. Decker wrist shot. No problem for Scrivens.
Right in on the numbers there for Scrivens, but pretty good action there from Knight and Decker working together. The face-off here in the offensive zone.
Get a look at the Pride bench.
Oh.
Gallardi. She'll gain space as she spins away. Pelkey finds Dempsey. Dempsey inside, outside, wrist shot blocked down by Scrivens, and she'll hold on for the whistle.
Yeah, again, good job there by Scrivens. Nearly bounced off her on the initial hitch, comes over and covers it up. That's huge in this game, just not allowing rebound opportunities. Clean up that trash.
Kidd back the other way, finds Fartelman. Fartelman goes backhand, forehand, tumbles as Gedman takes her down.
No call either. New York fans in attendance, they wanted something, wanted a trip.
Belyakova. Out to Johnston. Weber spins away from her numerical counterpart in Gedman. Pelkey. Back to Gallardi. Puck just sliding off everyone's stick at this point in time. Pelkey slows things down. Chips in, goes for a line change.
Penalties winding down. 20 seconds for Boston, 23 for New York.
Dostal slams that one in, out from her crease with a little saucer pass to Bellamy. Decker to Knight, 3-on-2 Pride. Knight leaving it for Decker. Decker, shot for a pass, rebound. Knight blocked, Decker blocked.
Oh my.
3 saves from Jenny Scrivens there. And back in front, Orlando and Knight are still tied up. You won't see that, folks, but Knight is just getting out to the neutral zone.
How about
Big
Scrivens?
hit on Dempsey there by Ammerman. Excuse me, that was Smelker that was blasted by Ammerman.
Here's that play. Take a look again, all the crowd there. And look at Scrivens, she's on her back. It's still nothing allowed right there.
We have a conversation by the ref and head coach Chad Wiseman over on the Riveters bench.
And they're right back, Boston on the power play just as one expires. As into the box, Hammerman on a cross check. Leave. 2:33 left to go, so pretty much the remainder of this period. Boston will have the man advantage, and they've done pretty well for themselves on the power play tonight.
Unofficially 32 shots on goal for Boston, 17 for New York. Decker, Knight, Spelker, Marvin, and Bellamy for the Pride. Belyakova, Packer, Kidd, and Dostal for the Riveters.
2 goals so far tonight on the power play for Boston.
Smelker to Marvin. Marvin moves to center, finds Bellamy. They play catch. Marvin looks off a shot. Back to Decker. Marvin. Bellamy. Shot in front. Stick to side by Scrivens. Packer over to Dostal. She'll spin away from a check. Taken down by Smelker. We've seen more spills than a Bounty commercial this period. Here's Marvin. Bellamy. Marvin wrist shot. Hits Smelker loose in front. Here's Decker. Top of the slot. Leaves it for Marvin. Winds up. Blast. That one hit a body in front. Scrivens was out of position. If anyone was backdoor for the Pride, would have had a tap in. Bellamy looks backdoor for Knight. Eludes her stick. And it's finally dumped out by Sydney Kidd.
What a shift there for the New York defense. Boston several shots on goal, and they're all deflected and just cleaned up in front of Scrivens.
If Bellamy just punches Celeste Brown in the face.
Not happy are the New York fans looking for another call. For more 4-on-4 hockey. They're not going to get it.
Hickel. Broken up there. Weber. She flips it into the Pride bench. I do think that one was a missed call, but you know, the refs miss sometimes.
Yeah.
They're human.
That's right. It happens. Fans will never be happy about it, especially if it's on their team. But
I could barely hear myself with the angry Riveters fans over my right shoulder. Johnson trying to get it by Bolden. Bolden fights through her check. Hanrahan around Gedman. Hanrahan with speed down the right wing side. She'll knock that one out of midair. Bolden doesn't play it, but Dempsey does. They'll play on. Would have been a high stick. Packer looking for Hanrahan. Hanrahan knocked away from her by Bolden. Teams are at even strength.
Yeah, good job by New York. Killed off that penalty. Let's see if they can survive the final 20 seconds here.
Pelkey looking to go rink
job.
wide to Hickel. Picked off nicely by Fardelman. Fardelman blast high and outside. all the way out to center ice where Johnston collects. 6 seconds left to go in the period. And that'll do it. Fartelman with that last chance coming down the right wing side. She's been a force for the Riveters here tonight.
Yeah, she's played pretty well. And New York, a better job there in that second period. Especially the craziness that we saw with back and forth goals left and right. One team scores, the other answers back, and they answer back again. So just craziness between these two in that second period.
Packer, Dostal, and Hanrahan with goals for the Riveters. Marvin, Dempsey, Bolden, Decker, and 2 for Knight will tally 6 for the Pride. And really a penalty-filled second period here. So we're hoping to catch up here with Brianna Decker. Scored the last goal of the second period for the Pride. We'll be with Brianna shortly. Brianna, what a wacky period.
Yeah, big time.
Can you name anything that period didn't have?
No, I actually can't. But our goaltending was phenomenal that period.
Yeah, Otter was great, and you picked up the 6th goal for your team. You want to walk us through that play?
Yeah, honestly, just off the center draw there, Hillary Knight made a huge play and just strong move to the net, and their goalie was a little opposition, and Knighter just hit it back to me after it went behind the net and just kind of spoon-fed me there.
Brianna, talk a little bit about the craziness when you guys score, New York comes back, they score, you guys go right back. What's the discussion going on the bench after all that craziness?
I know right now we have the upper hand, and we gotta close it out here. We got a period left to play, and we just gotta stay focused. It's getting chippy out there. We just gotta keep our heads up and just keep going to the net.
Congratulations on your 4th shorthanded goal of the season, and good luck in the 3rd period.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. We'll be back with 3rd period action shortly. Don't go anywhere. back. Welcome back to the Isabel Cup playoffs here on the Cross Ice package, and we've seen one of the best periods I've ever been part of here in the second period, Jeff.
Yeah, you've seen everything pretty much the way that second period. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. I mean, we had a stretch in there, 24 seconds, where 3 goals were scored, first by New York, then Boston got one right back, and then New York again. It was just phenomenal, almost like the teams were saying, whatever you can do, I can do better. And
at this point, it was 5-1.
Yeah.
Fujimoto, it was pulled after the first goal by Bolden at 4-1, and then back come the Riveters.
Yep. Saw Hillary Knight on that last play. She had 2 goals now, both on power plays.
This is that stretch.
Yeah,
Dostal scores.
Here's this crazy one that they've got it for
Ludmila
New York.
Belyakova.
Yeah, Belyakova's got it, and no one else really touches it but her. Boston comes in and basically they touch it to take possession away and kind of knock it in themselves. And Belyakova gets credit for the goal as we look at the second period, or stats through 2 periods now. The score 6-3. Boston still hammering them on shots, 37-18, and now Pride only needing 15 saves, but pretty good there from the Riveters, 31, despite giving up the 6 power plays. We've seen them both go back and forth. Both teams have kind of had stretches where it's been back-to-back power plays. You see the penalty minutes even, 6 penalties for 12 minutes on each side.
Let's go back to that Belyakova play. She was stick handling, lost the handle of it. Blake Bolden went to poke check it away. Oh, here it is. Nice job by our producer Brad over here pulling that up again. You see Bolden with trying to just stick that puck away, ends up going off Hillary Knight's leg, so it touches 2 Pride players before finally getting by Brittany Ott, and pretty much the easiest goal you'll ever score if you're Ludmila Belyakova.
Yeah, initially they announced that Hanrahan had that goal, and then if you look at it closely, Belyakova, she's the only one who touched it really from New York before finally winning to the back of the net.
Dostal and Packer with the other goals for the Riveters. 2 for Knight, 1 for Bolden, Decker, Dempsey, and Marvin for Boston. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Mark Bates alongside Jeff Poster. Jeff pulling double duty today.
Yeah.
We appreciate his effort.
It's been a fun one.
We had a final in Isabel Cup playoffs. The Buttes have extended that series with a 4-1 win over the Whale tonight, so they will play tomorrow. So congratulations to the Buttes for extending that, and congrats to the fans who get another day of exciting NWHL action. Bolden with a wrist shot hits Smelker in the head, and she goes down. We gotta blow the whistle here.
She is not
Back the other way comes Ammerman.
Yeah, she is not okay. That was a line drive. She went down right away.
Training staff slow to get out here. We gotta get over to her. So that hit Smelker in the side of the head. Blake Bolden can shoot the puck as fast as anybody in the league in women's hockey. And stick taps for Jordan Smelker, getting up on her own power, going over the bench. She can't be feeling too good. Here it is.
Just take a look. Yeah, there's the shot, and ooh, wow, right on the left side in the back of the head, and she went right down. Hopefully she's okay, and there's no sort of concussion or anything like that. You hate to see that, especially from your own teammate. You don't want to be the reason that you take out your own teammate.
Smelker's from Alaska. She's as tough as they come.
Keep an eye on her, see if she comes back into this game.
Another Alaskan, Zoe Hickel, in on Figueroa, forcing her to throw it up the wall, and turned over to Bolden. Behind the net, Figueroa, Packer, Dempsey for the Pride. Puck just skips over Bolden's stick, and after her is Fartelman, who's had great legs all night.
She's played a nice game, and it's tough for Bolden there. You got to keep that one alive. You don't want to let those ones bounce past you into the neutral zone.
Johnston looking for Hanrahan. That's chipped back up. Pelkey looking for Field. Kidd for the Riveters looking to cycle that one back to Johnston. Johnston with a little flip out to center. Slew of players converge right below us here. As you can see, the Riveters bench. Probably nothing else. You can't see the puck, nor can we.
Yeah, finally pokes free. Always tricky when it gets stuck up on the boards like that and someone's got it pinned.
Field met there by Brown. Tied up Johnston in. Bowie finally works it loose for Bellamy. Bellamy's shot knocked down nicely by Johnston. Transition here. Johnston joining the play. Long shift for Ashley Johnston, the captain of the Riveters, and she's content to throw it into the corner. Quickly up is Lannis. Her wrist shot right into Jenny Scriven's chest, and we have a whistle.
Well, pretty good reaction there from Boston after Johnston flung it out to that far corner right by the Zamboni door here at Raymond J. Bork Arena, and they immediately go on attack mode. That's what makes this Pride team so good. They're always looking for the next goal.
Gedman. Knight tried to play that into the corner, hit the linesman. Decker back up to Gedman. Marvin, wrist shot. Backdoor was Decker looking for her second of the night. Ammerman on Gedman. Gedman's stick pushes that one back to center ice. And here comes Decker, right wing side. Cookie trailing, looking for Decker. Nice reward for Kelly Cook. Up with Knight and Decker here. Bolden collects for the Pride. Finds Marvin. Marvin and Knight. She tries to get that one to the end. Johnston stands her ground. Back the other way comes Belyakova. Belyakova's shot blocked.
Yeah, good defense there from Boston in front by...
It was Gallardi on the block.
Gallardi got the block. And we talked about, too, Johnston at the other end controlling that blue line. That's what we mentioned in the pregame. It starts with her on the defensive end. It's allowed New York to get this possession here and sustain some offense.
Hickel with Pelkey, 2-on-2. Another shot right into the pads of Scrivens, and she'll cover up for a whistle.
Scrivens done a pretty good job since she's coming in relief of Fujimoto here. Kind of slowed down the pace of Boston, who was scoring at will there for a little while. You kind of take away that wild 24 seconds where we had 3 goals. But New York actually, comes out on top in that. They got 2 of them. Nice pass.
Pelkey in front, backhand. That one goes through the crease. Marvin, big shot from the point, patted aside by Scrivens. Ketchum over center ice. Too hot for Weber's stick. Hickel, touch pass to Pelkey. Pelkey drags, wrist shot just high.
Just missed.
Ammerman, Johnston. Johnston logging a lot of minutes back there, and as we say it, she'll go to the bench for a change.
Well, she's got it. New York needs her. She's had success against Boston, and they're starting to have to play against the clock here, too. Still down 3 as we approach the 14:50 mark.
So far this season, the Riveters have been outscored 40-11 in the third, including 15 goals by Boston in the third period against the Riveters. So it's not only do they have to get 3 goals, they also have to
defend,
keep them from scoring. Bolden, eyes up, she'll throw that cross corner. Holst there. Figueroa, short pass to Orlando, who'll have to curl back as Field was in pursuit. Field still there, and great work to steal the puck away and draw the call. Have a body check here, and that's just all hard work from Emily Field.
Yeah, pretty good job here. New York holding their ground, but now they're going to have to deal with another power play opportunity for Boston.
Celeste Brown going to the box. You'll see the bump come in here late.
Yep. Just enough.
2 power play goals for Hillary Knight tonight. 2 for 5 are the Pride on the power play. Decker, Knight, looking back for Decker. Quick left pad kick out by Scrivens.
Yeah, a little bit too far in front of Bellamy for that position to put it in. There's a scrum.
3 chances in front,
Whoa.
and now we have mayhem.
Oh, man.
Eventually that puck ended up behind Scrivens. Original shot was Knight on the back door. Bellamy came in for a rebound, and I'm not sure who had the 3rd chance, but what I do see is Jordan Smelker on the ice on this power play, and that's good for everybody.
Absolutely. Let's take a look again at exactly what happened here. See Boston trying to pepper it in there on Scrivens. And then afterwards, whoo, watch out. New York, Sydney Kidd, right there in the thick of things.
Bellamy's been throwing some left crosses here tonight. She's not known to be a player who mixes it up all that much.
Hey, Boston, New York, 2 cities, and pretty much everything. They don't like each other, and it's showing here in this latter part of the 3rd period. As New York is fighting to continue their season, at least one more. Boston thinking that they want to book a ticket, be able to sit at home and watch tomorrow's game between Connecticut and Buffalo. Now
they're going to end up with
Boston matching penalties, maybe?
Both penalty doors are open. Sydney Kidd going in for the Riveters, and Gigi Marvin, who I don't think was anywhere near the play, going in for the Pride. They just want people in the box and play to resume.
Roughing or hitting after the whistle. Wait for the official call, but yeah, so that'll take a shift of things here.
Not much will change other than the personnel. Gallardi will come on for Marvin at the point. The last time this Pride team lost in regulation was, you'll have to go back to November 29th.
Wow.
And their last overall loss was January 3rd in overtime to Buffalo, so it's been a while since anyone's taken on this juggernaut. Bellamy in front.
Scrivens got just enough of that, redirected it out past her glove side to the left.
Knight throwing on the brakes, checked by Johnston as Decker gets it back to the point. Bellamy fakes the slap shot. Decker will let one go, loose in front.
Scrivens is standing on her head so far tonight. She's coming in relief.
Gallardi moving in from her point. Decker, you could hear a pin drop as nobody's really moving around here.
Taking their time. Patience has been key for them here in their success tonight.
Bellamy, Gallardi, her shot just wide. 47 left on the advantage. Gallardi, Decker into the slot, leaves it for Bellamy. Her shot knocked down by Ammerman. Bellamy backhand pass to Decker, winds up, fakes, shot down low to Knight. She tries to slam one in, and Scriven shuts the door.
Yeah, Knight trying to turn and in stride as she makes that turn, just trying to round it around past Scriven. Scriven got low, saw that Knight was not going to elevate that puck, covers it up. Pretty good shift though on the power play here for Boston. Lots of shots, control the puck, and there it is. You see Knight taking that pass and just in one motion trying to catch Scriven snapping.
Elena Orlando is now in the box for the Riveters.
New York, you got to be frustrated right now if you're head coach Chad Wiseman.
Got a 5-on-3 for Boston for 33 seconds. And we have a timeout called as well.
Time to regroup.
Bobby Jake calling his troops over. And they're going to go over some power play stuff.
First NWHL championship, the Isabel Cup, will be awarded next week at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. Make sure you're there to see who is crowned the champion of the inaugural season here in the NWHL as the winner of this series will take on the winner of the Buffalo Buttes and Connecticut Whale series. Tickets available at nwhl.com. Boston hoping they're just going to be able to watch that game tomorrow.
Speaking of watching games, our thoughts and prayers are with Dena Lang, who I know is watching the game right now. And as you see, the 24 hung up, and the Pride hang this whether they're home or away. And always having a piece of Denna with her, and you know, it's going to be a long road for Denna, but I don't know if there's a better fighter out there, and she's battling every day, and her spirits are great. Everyone should be following her on social media. She had the cup with her the other day. It was nice to see. And I remember Denna was instrumental in a big win down at Chelsea Piers against Connecticut just before or just after Christmas. It was a 2-1 win. Most of the U.S. national players were gone, and Denna Lang had an amazing game for the Pride, and we just wish the Langs all the best, and our thoughts are with them. And back at play here, Zoe Hickel.
More penalties.
A little bit too rough. And I think she'll go to the box for a rough. So it'll be a 5-on-4. It'll be 4-on-4 in 26 seconds. Oh, we have 4-on-3, excuse me. Bellamy fans on her pass. Figueroa intercepts but throws it right back to Bellamy, who's awaiting it. Decker, backhand, forehand, sharp wrist shot, but again, right into Scrivens' chest protector.
Right in the chest of Scrivens, but what a crazy stretch this has been here, both through the second and third periods. The second, we saw all those goals scored, and now here in the third, it's just penalties left and right. You can tell maybe New York, some frustration boiling over on their part and the way they've performed here tonight. And the season has been tough for them, and Boston just trying to be aggressive and finish them off.
Knight looking for the hat trick, blocker to side by Scrivens. That one hits off the protective netting, goes back up off Scrivens' back and into the net.
Emery Knight very close to that hat trick on more than one occasion here tonight. And it would be all on power plays if that was the case too. How often does that happen?
Not too often.
No.
Here's Gallardi. Winds up, shot for a pass.
Just missed, wide to the left.
Decker using her body to fight off Packer. 4-on-4 action here, and we got a whistle as the net is off again.
I don't know how that happened. It's been after that first shot. Took the referees a second or two to realize that it was.
Net coming up off its mooring. Looks like they're metal pegs, which you know, is different than actual moorings, which are from the word moor is into the ice, that there is some give and they don't come up as much. But these metal pegs, which are in play here, you know, are easy to move, and Scrivens very active in her crease, knocking that off. Dempsey and Ammerman will be on the draw to the left of Scrivens, 11:48, a minute 5 left on the 4-on-4. The Riveters will have a brief power play. Fartelman again with speed, 3-on-2, looking to center. She gets thumped and goes into the boards very hard.
Right idea, but just better defense from Boston that time. Cut off that centering pass.
Fartelman's fighting through it here, but she hit her shoulder pretty hard. She doesn't want to come off. Here's Ketchum with speed over the line. Blocked down by Bolden. A wraparound chance. That one's tied up at the side of the net.
Nice job by Brittany. She hasn't had much to do the last few minutes as Boston's offense has controlled the flow of the game, but she's been there when they need her.
So moving forward, there's a free agency starts May 1st. It's an interesting point in time. It's the first real free agency period, under this structure. Last year, players were signed after tryouts, but players can actually move teams starting May 1st. If, you know, you're taking a job in Buffalo or you want to move to Boston, you can sign with a team and hopefully make it. So they'll have 1 month to pick a team as Knight tips that one off a shot pass from Bolden. So teams could look a lot different next season.
Absolutely. It's just an interesting time, too. This is the inaugural season, so really you kind of get your first real off season coming up. Now you've got one in the books. You know what you did right. You know what you did wrong. You can make adjustments, developments. Players can move. You'll definitely see some new players who maybe were unaware of things going on. It'll be fun to keep the track of the progress of the NWHL and its early goings here.
Knight collects Gallardi's pass, but stick handles one too many times. And again, speaking about players, there's a lot of players that aren't in the lineup every day that go to practice because of the 15-4 defense rosters. It's slightly shortened from an NHL roster of 18, so got to give those players credit. Cherie Stewart, who's in the lineup tonight, Erin Barley Maloney, and Margot Sharp, all Riveters who, go to practice every week, twice a week, travel with the team when needed, and those are kind of the players you don't see every day in the lineup, but are vitally important to the team as well as for the Pride. You have Cherie Hendrickson. Denna Lang was one of those practice players. Megan Mangine, who's been in the lineup a lot. Haley Moore, who is the GM, who played in 2 games this season, playing well, and Casey Pickett, who's the coach over at St. Mark's. So she splits her time between St. Mark's girls hockey and the Pride practices. So young girls look Casey up and head over to St. Mark's. Bellamy backpedaling.
Oh, yeah, talk about recruiting for a program. How easy is it for her to, well, I'm a professional hockey player and I'll be your coach. So.
Haley Moore, of course, the GM of Boston, also with the East Coast Wizards. So, these girls have lives outside of being the best professional hockey players in the world. No offense to those folks in the CWHL, but we're NWHL folks over here.
That's right.
Ammerman. Pass over to Fartelman. Quick shot. Smothered by Brittany Ott. Ott with 17 saves unofficially so far tonight.
We're more than halfway gone now in this third and final period, so time definitely a factor here for New York, because they do not want to see their season come to a close here tonight, but they have work to do. Still down 3.
Jeff, how late into this period, or how early do you expect Chad Wiseman to pull Scrivens to try and tie this thing up?
Yeah, it's a tough call given the way Boston's moved the puck, and they're on the advance now with Knight, but you'd have to think it's not going to come before a 4-minute mark, so.
That's a really good point. Just the puck possession that the Pride has, it makes it tough to even gain an advantage.
Just the time of possession alone for Boston, it's remarkable how much longer they've had it in the attacking zone compared to New York. That's not to say that New York hasn't had some nice looks and some good shifts, but definitely in Boston's favor on that end.
Orlando around the wall, blocked there by Knight.
Decker just missed an opportunity to pick that one up and keep the offense alive there.
Belyakova brings it into the Pride zone, but back the other way comes Bolden.
Nice save.
That one's a 100-foot shot there by Bolden, a little knuckler. Those aren't always easy to stop, like you said. That one was end over end.
Yeah, and it came right in and out of Scrivens' glove, but nice for her to come out and challenge it. Just now you see it right here from the other angle. She popped out briefly, but then she covers it up and says no.
Rachel Lannis on the draw, back to Bolden. Gedman with a hard shot, fueled with a wide open net, hits a body. Scrivens was looking for that rebound, and Field had a gaping net. Figueroa met by Bowie. This Pride third line with all the penalties has not been out there all that much here in the third period.
They're still doing it, getting the job done.
Hanrahan shot blocked. Bowie goes down. Brown looking backdoor for Hanrahan. Lannis to Field. Field's got Kidd beat, but Kidd turns, rides Field into the board. Nice defensive play by Sydney Kidd.
Yeah, she went toe-to-toe with her all the way down that far side and really denied Kidd any sort of lane to set up the offense. As now Boston will come out to change. Maybe New York can catch them in the middle of a shift change.
Johnston finds Hanrahan, goes inside out, and
no call.
She was spilled on that one. Dempsey, shot wide. Hickle tries to blast that one on the net from about the goal line. Hits Figueroa. Ammerman. Fartelman to catch him. That one flubbed over Brittany Ott's outstretched glove.
Yeah, a little bit too high for her to glove that one down.
Ketchum. Nice snapshot. Ott had to be quick on that with the blocker.
Yeah, I think she got it with the top end of her stick.
Out of her net again. Smelker.
This is what New York needs to do. They've got to be able to keep the puck at this end of the ice.
Dempsey able to pitchfork that one out to center ice. Dostal will throw it low. Riveters go for a line change. Smelker.
Good takeaway.
That was Kidd flying in. Decker trips over the red line. Back the other way comes Belyakova. Slap shot a little after the whistle.
I think they're off sides there, but New York antsy coming in. Boston in the middle of a change. They think maybe they can take advantage of it. Right here, there's that takeaway and just the huge hit. No call there as Hanrahan went down, and she had an opportunity there. One-on-one matchup. Takes a hit, knocked down, and that's about all New York can do. And
so we just saw, right in front of us, we saw Chad Wiseman consulting with his team. He said, do you want to go for it here? And the response from the bench overwhelmingly was yes. And Jenny Scrivens with 6:18 comes to the bench.
This is very early, usually, for a goalie to be pulled, so it's dangerous territory.
Especially with Knight, Decker, and Smelker on the ice, although Smelker's going for a penalty.
That's why.
That's what the whistle was. We didn't see that.
So New York will be on the 6-4 advantage.
So the 7th advantage for the Riveters today. They're 3 for 6 so far. Too many players on the ice. There's a bench minor. So here's Packer.
So they essentially did catch Boston in the middle of that change. That's what they were trying to do.
Nice heads-up call there by Jeff Poster, prognosticator at large.
I do what I can.
Knight able to hacksaw that one out. Dostal.
Give Boston some credit here. They're doing a pretty good job. Down 2 players. Not allowing New York to really set up any sort of offensive momentum.
Johnston with a fake shot. That one bounces up off the protective netting that covers just about everything except for the cameraman here.
He's in a dangerous spot. Watch out.
109 left on the penalty, well, the bench minor penalty to Jordan Smelker. Bobby J looking for an explanation here. Either that or it looks like he was pointing to his watch. He wanted something with the clock. Maybe the clock was stopped for a minute there. I mean, you wouldn't be asking if the clock was running longer.
Yeah, if he's looking for it to keep going. He doesn't want it to stop at this point. He wants to get this thing moving and come away with the win. And like I said, just be able to sit on the couch tomorrow and see who they'll be playing, either Connecticut or Buffalo.
Catch that Butson Whale game tomorrow afternoon. In front of
there you go.
Rebound score! Hand threw it in front. Don't know if it was tipped. 6-4. Riveters fighting back.
Well, you gamble with the 6-4, and that'll put Scrivens back in. Take a look again. See Johnston up top, kicks off a skate, Hanrahan, and I believe it is tipped in front.
Celeste Brown, maybe?
Brown was there.
They threw the puck to the bench, which means that it's probably Celeste Brown, because that would be her first goal of the season. And it is. So congratulations to Celeste Brown. And this makes it a real tight game here with 5:08 left. Brown from Hanrahan.
Well, let's see if New York can pick up some momentum here. You get the goal back. You're only down 2, and you still got 5 minutes left.
That's the 4th power play goal for the Riveters tonight.
Impressive special teams here. Both sides have had good looks on the power play. And some shorthanded looks.
It's left for Packer. Packer looking for Ketchum.
That would have been it was a good centering pass. Just a little bit off the mark there on the shot opportunity. Boston's defense doing a nice job.
Knight throws it over to Johnston, who'll scale it in. Ott leaves it for Gedman. Smelker just chips that up to Dempsey. Dempsey's got wheels.
Good kick.
She runs into Orlando, who has the Pele-esque kick pass up.
Orlando picking up where she left off there in the first period. Did a nice job early. Kind of quiet in the second, but good defensive stop right there with the right foot.
Hickel looking for Dempsey. That one goes into the corner. Well, Pelkey picks off a pass, but it goes outside of the Pride's offensive zone. Back the other way come the Riveters. Fartelman.
Kid missed an opportunity to pick up that skate, or the puck, and continue the offense right there.
Dempsey at the end of a long shift will send it into the near side corner. Kidd. Pelkey in on her to check. Dostal. Ketchum, left wing side.
You can see Chad Wiseman watching the clock here as we're approaching 3 minutes of when he wants to pull Scrivens again.
Ketchum throws it towards the net, hits off the side of the goal. Johnston in from her point.
Keep an eye out on Scrivens as now it's 3 minutes and New York has solid possession here.
Puck loose in front. Figueroa had that one blocked down and out. Johnston with a blast from the point hits out right in the eye in Pride.
Somehow Johnston finds a way to get that puck through the crowd, and Brittany Ott was just keyed in on it. She got it. 2:54 left to go.
I would imagine that the Riveters will use their timeout here, but that's just speculation, and I'm no good at that.
That's why we're up here and the coaches are down there. There's that shot from Johnston. She got it through a couple of different bodies, but not through the one that matters. That's hot. There you go. You were right. You were right there, Mark.
Once every 4 years, I get one right. It's a leap year.
It is. I was just thinking
past
that.
it. Yeah. So, congrats to me. 2:54 left in the third. Unofficially 48 shots for the Pride, 22 for the Riveters. There's Jenny Scrivens, who's come in and faced a good share of those shots, only allowing 2 goals in over a period and a half. And there's that goal. You see Brown, look at that, on her stomach. That's what playoffs are all about.
Oh, yeah. Just by any means necessary, you got to get one through there. And she had some help. Kidd was down there as well. And helps to have those, extra bodies there that Boston then has to try and match up against or keep from getting out. We'll keep an eye here with 2:54 left. You got to imagine that if New York wins this face-off and they can set up their offense quick enough, Scrivens should be, and she's not even going back out. So here we go. We're already going to go with the pulled goaltender, the extra player on the ice, the extra forward for New York. It's like a Packer.
Riveters send out Ammerman, Belyakova, Ketchum, Packer, Dostal, and Johnston. First line out there for the Pride. Draw one by Ammerman. Dostal. Left wing side for Belyakova. Thrown towards the net. That one's loose behind Ott. She didn't see where it was. Smelker. Knifed down by Ammerman. And just flipped out for icing if it reaches by Bolden. And it is.
Hillary Knight not giving chase to that one. She probably, just let the clock run a little bit here. Boston trying to just kill off this 2:35. You can think of it for them as just an extended power play. And they've given up 4 goals on the power play, so we'll see if it works out that way in that mentality.
Ammerman looking for Dostal. Got a Belyakova in the corner, kicking it loose. Ketchum going for the wrist shot, can't get there. Decker up but not out, kept in nicely by Dostal.
Good save there by Dostal. You got to keep the puck in the offensive zone. Hillary Knight just went down, trying to clear the puck out.
Smelker swats that one away from trouble. Knight along the wall, diving. Johnson able to get that through. Belyakova fighting through a check. That was Smelker on the check, and Decker feistily able to get that out to the neutral zone where Dostal will have to pull up as the Riveters were going to be offside. Long pass for Ammerman.
Great effort here from New York. Fighting off Boston here, keeping it alive.
Belyakova in the corner. Packer looking to roof that one, hit a body, didn't get through. Bellamy out to center ice. Figueroa with 1:29 on the clock. Belyakova leaves it for Packer. Packer tries to go inside, outside, not able to. Marvin's there for Boston. And Knight, here's a chance for the hat trick. Throws it on goal, and that's it. Hat trick, Hillary Knight. Icing on the cake, 7-4 Pride.
Took them a while, but they're finally able to top that 6 goals from last night as Knight completes the hat trick, and she gets them all on special teams. 2 power play goals and now a shorthanded one, and that'll put Scrivens back out there for 116 as New York is going to see their season come to a close.
First playoff hat trick in NWHL history for Hillary Knight. Who else would get it, right, Jeff?
That's right, you know, she's got a lead in everything, doesn't she? Come on. No, very, very fantastic season here for Hillary Knight. She's done a great job all season long. Face of the league and one of the few privileged players here that this is her job. This is her career. She's a professional hockey player. So it's good to see her having success and as the face of the league, able to back it up, really.
We enter the last minute here, just chance to watch the Riveters one last time. I think it's the best logo in sports.
Oh, I love their sweaters there. I love that they've got the flags of their respected. Now, of course, that's across the league, but I love that you get to represent your country still, as well as being a unified team here in the NWHL.
I tell you here tonight, they didn't look like a team that only won 4 games this season.
No, I mean, they gave up 7 goals as Fujimoto really struggled there coming off that illness and missing the game last night. Scrivens did a nice job coming back in and settling things down, though. And Boston is a little too much to handle sometimes.
Bellamy at the point. Pelkey in there. Orlando cycles it back for Johnston. Bellamy. Dempsey.
Boston's still looking for more, and there's under 20 seconds left. That's a sign of a championship caliber team. They never let up.
They'll have to wait and see who wins the third and decisive matchup between the Buttes and the Whale tomorrow, as Brittany Ott gloves that one down with 4 seconds left.
And we'll get one more face-off, and that'll do it. Close out this one.
A lot of people expected a Pride Whale final. The Pride beat the Whale 5 out of 6 times this season. The Buttes, though, have other plans as they stole that game tonight 4-1. And that's it. Round one of the Isabel Cup finals, or the Isabel Cup playoffs, excuse me, done here in Beverly as the Pride move on with a 7-4 win over the New York Riveters.
And they will get to comfortably, as I said earlier in the game, just comfortably sit on their couches tomorrow and get ready to plan for either Buffalo or Connecticut. They'll take either one of them. Just got to be excited. A chance to move on to the finals and win this inaugural Isabel Cup. An impressive performance here tonight, once again, from the Boston Pride. 7 goals. Their defense played pretty well. Brittany Ott, very good, as New York had to get their scoring done all on special teams for the most part. They had a couple of 5-on-3 opportunities, and they capitalized on them. And there's not a lot you can do as a hockey team when you're down a man on special teams, especially when it's 5-on-3. And New York did what they had to do there. Just unfortunately couldn't get it done in the regular even strength facet of the night.
The ceremonial handshake. That'll be it for the Riveters, who close out their season 4-14-2. The Pride improved to 16-3-1 as the 2-game series sweep. And there's Hillary Knight. 3 goals, 1 assist tonight. 2 power play goals for Knight. The empty netter at the end.
Yeah, she got all 3 of the hat trick, like I said, all on special teams, the 2 power play goals, and then the icing on the cake there at the empty netter. And then Boston Pride celebrate at center ice here, Raymond J. Bork Arena. Well-deserved win for the #1 seed.
Packer, Dostal, Belyakova, and Brown with her first NWHL goal of the season were the scores for the Riveters. As we mentioned, Knight with a hat trick. Bolden, Dempsey, Marvin, and Decker. Decker, shorthanded goal, her 4th of the season. League leading 4th of the season. So next weekend, the Pride will head down to New Jersey. We'll be playing at the Prudential Center.
Yeah, make sure you can get your tickets for that one now, or if you can, obviously you get the broadcast right here and the Cross Ice Pass.
We'll be with Hillary Knight shortly here. She's just putting on a headset and fending off thousands of autograph mongers over there. Special thanks to the Raymond J. Bork Arena, the good folks at Endicott, for hosting the event this weekend. Busy weekend in college sports as the Endicott Gulls lost 4-0 today to Salve Regina.
Yeah, Salve Regina crowned the ECAC Northeast Division III champions. Endicott, that young team, look to bounce back next year. But hey, at least the home team here tonight for the fans of the Boston Pride got to come out and see a win on this same sheet of ice. They got to be happy and should travel down well for the championship.
Sat in for Commissioner Danny Ryland, who's also the GM of the New York Riveters, as her team will go down, but a phenomenal job by her putting this all together this year, making it all happen. And Hillary Knight was so mobbed that she had to be escorted into the dressing room. We're not going to get her tonight, but special thanks to everyone who made this broadcast possible. Thank you, fans, for your commitment the entire season to the Cross Ice package and to NWHL in general. And signing off for Jeff Poster. Excellent job tonight, Jeff.
Thank you. I was glad to be here. It was a lot of fun.
I'm Mark Bates, and we'll see you folks next weekend down at the Prudential Center. For all of us here, have a good night.